Alright guys, how you doing today? So, thanks for watching, thanks for jumping in and all that. Today we're going to talk about self-confidence slash allowing yourself to move on to the next level. So, this is something I've actually been struggling with for a little bit of a time now. Like dictation is also something I struggle with. And you guys probably don't know this, but a lot of the times I come up with an advice topic, it's usually from something that I'm struggling with at that time. Because you know what, full disclosure, it's much easier to give advice to random people than it is to take your own advice. But if I were to give myself advice, this is the advice that I give you. And then I also listen to it and grow from it, hopefully. I don't know, we'll find out. So lately I've been really spewing in my own mind about how the unknown is crazy. You don't know what you're going to do in this life. I mean, maybe some of you might have your mindset made up on what you want to do, but you never know what you're really going to do. And the reason I can say that is because from the age of like 1 to 22, I wanted to be a game developer. All I ever wanted to do. My mind completely opened up and changed after that. I mean, I've always sort of wanted to help people, but it never really manifested into anything real until around 22 when I started doing YouTube. And I have an opportunity right now to kind of makes you nervous. Anyway, I have an opportunity right now to move away from where I live and move to another place and not only get much more into this, but also really dive deep into my programming, because the opportunity in said location also pays a set amount that would provide me the means to work less, make more money, and do all this stuff on the side better with more time. And it got me thinking, like, part of me still is apprehensive, and this goes back to a prior video on fear. Don't let fear ever be the deciding factor, and I think for the longest time, it's fear of confidence. And this is the thing that always gets me, and I think hurts the most, is I don't believe in myself. I forget sometimes how good I am, and I think that comes back to self-confidence. You have to be self-confident in yourself. I mean, you're the only person that knows you as well as you. So why can't you decide what you think you're good at? I don't know if that last sentence made sense. The point is, and maybe I'm riffing a little bit without any necessary topic in mind, but I'm really good at programming. And I think there's this stigma in society, like you're not supposed to brag about things. You're not supposed to, at least where I grew up, you're not supposed to brag. You're not supposed to tell people how good you are at stuff. And I think that is a problem. Now obviously there's conceited bragging, but I think you should be allowed to brag. You should be able to say, I'm the shit at this thing, and there aren't a lot of people that are, or at least there aren't a lot of people around me right now that are. Because the reason is, when you have to politely hide how good you are to other people, it's like you're lying. And what do people always say about lies? Eventually you start to believe the lie. And that is where self-confidence comes in. Every time someone says, "Oh, dude, you're a programmer," like, yeah, I'm cool, I'm good, I'm really, really fucking good at what I do. Unfortunately, I don't have a lot of free time, so I can't do a lot of it, but I'm really good at what I do. And that's one thing I've always been bad at, is owning the fact that I'm really good at something. You know what, there's not a problem with being good at something. Yeah, don't just walk up to somebody and be like, "Hey, you program, I'm probably better than you." But if you're thinking to yourself, "Hey, am I good at this?" and you know you're good at this, own it. It's okay to be happy with the fact that you're good or great or phenomenal at something. When you just are pleasantly, politely avoiding bragging, what you're really doing is telling yourself that it's not okay to be proud of your skill or this ability. And I think that's stupid. I think society pushes a lot of weird norms on us sometimes, and I think being proud of yourself is one that they push, especially where I come from. When you grow up in a place that is less well off, is the way I'll put it, and there are so many people that aren't doing well, it's almost douchey or snobby, let alone bragging, to talk about your good times. I think it has a lot to do with the environment. Maybe I'm in a less than worse environment, which again goes back to the fact that I need to move and do this other stuff. But I genuinely feel bad when I tell other people that I'm good at the things that I'm good at. there's a fine line between bragging douchily and owning your skills. And this is the hard part. Because I think when everybody feels that it's impolite to own their success and their abilities, everybody thinks everybody's normal. And no one really gets to know who's great at stuff, other than maybe your really close friends and family. Anyway, back to the point. Shit like that. Be who you are, and don't feel bad about owning up to your abilities and your skills. Don't be douchey. Don't be a douche. But own them. If you're great at something, allow yourself to feel like you're great at something. And if somebody asks, tell them you are great at that something. The thing that I've noticed is when you do that, you'll start to, one, get cooler questions from people, but also those people will start to talk about, because you've now opened the floodgates of it's acceptable to brag about some shit you're good at. And the other people in the room will start to talk about things they're really good at and they're really passionate about. It helps you connect with other people. But that's besides the point of video. The point is self-confidence. So hopefully I didn't ramble too much. Point is self-confidence. It's okay. It's okay to be proud of yourself for being good at things. And it's also okay to own those things. And you know what? I'm taking that opportunity because 5 years from now, 10 years from now, 15 years from now, I'll regret it if I didn't. Because you know what? I'm better than I like to admit at certain things, and I need to pursue those things. And I hope you guys do the same. Whatever you freaking think you're great at, do it. What's stopping you? If you didn't answer myself, you're wrong. Anyway guys, thanks for watching another Wednesday Advice video, and I do daily vlogs now, so check those out, subscribe. Doesn't have to make sense.